Hey, welcome back to the channel. I got a fun one here. We're going to do a bit of a checklist for things you should do before launch and then also things you should make sure to do also during launch. The video is sponsored by the Patreon people. Let's go. All right, guys. So obviously the first thing you definitely don't want to forget to do here is to pre-download the game. We've all been there before. We didn't do the pre-download, or before pre-downloads were a thing and you had to waste like the launch day downloading the game, and so many people are trying that the servers are probably going to be a bit slower and it'll take, all damn day maybe. So you definitely want to make sure you hit your preload in. That's going to be on Monday, February 7th at 9 a.m. Pacific. You can start the pre-download. Definitely make sure to do that one. All right, now, obviously, another thing you want to make sure to do ahead of time is go hit up that grocery store, right? Stock up on your snacks, your food, your drinks, and everything. I went yesterday. I got a whole bunch of stuff so I don't have to leave my house for the whole week if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? All right, another really important upfront one for those of you that are maybe into all the wireless stuff. You can see I got the little... I got the cable dangling from mine still, but if all of your stuff is wireless, you definitely want to make sure maybe you got a second set of batteries and they're charged. All your stuff is charged, right? That's one of the big things. You don't want to be running into dead mouse in the middle of your, opening launch experience in the game. Now, we're in game, and a couple things you should keep in mind for, the launch initial start of your game is that let's say like you're worried about getting your name that you want, right? And you want to just rush through it. You could just rush through it, right? If you care mostly about getting the name, you could rush through it and then you could buy an appearance change thing later if that's what you really wanted to do, right? This depends how important it is just making sure you get the name to you. Now, another important thing to keep in mind with this naming stuff is make sure you pick out a name that will actually work. They tell you in the January update that the character names are 2 to 16 characters and you can't use spaces, numbers, and multiple capital letters within the name. It's a bit restrictive. People have been complaining. So over here, they also did say that they are looking into trying to change this. They will not be able to do it before launch. And if they end up changing it later post-launch, that they will provide an opportunity for players to change the names without cost, it says right here. So what that essentially means is that you'd be given like one of these for free, right? So this is up to you, which, you care about more. If you really want to rush and get the good name, you can skip and do the character thing. If not, you take your time, you do the thing you want. If they change the names later, they're going to give you a free ticket to be able to do the name change to the thing you wanted. So this is really up to you. I just want to make sure you know all the naming stuff going in up front. Now I've got some really important information for you on the founders packs and all of your items and stuff, right? So when you first get into the game has like a built-in delivery system. It's going to be up here, right? In mine, there's nothing in here because I haven't bought anything from the store, but this is where store items would be delivered to you. And this is how they're going to send you your founders pack stuff. It's going to be up there for you to claim. The thing that you really need to know is that as long as you don't claim it out of there to a character, right? And you pull the stuff out of the store thing, as long as it's there, it's account bound. So if you were to say, I don't like this server and switch servers, you should still be able to grab it out of there on that new server. As soon as you take the stuff from there, then it is now bound to that server. Once you actually take stuff out of the box, like you take the skin out of the box, now it's going to be bound to that character for a skin. For mounts and pets, those will be across the whole server anyway. And then here, this is just like a post from Rocks that someone had made sure to copy and put it out there with this information that I just told you. Now, the last tips that I've really got for you guys here is going to be about staying healthy during it, okay? It's not a joke. People have actually legitimately died before from clotting in their leg after playing for so long. I think it was like 3 days, and then they stood up and that shit moved up into their heart and it caused some really serious problems, okay? So make sure you get up, walk around. Walking's a little bit slower. I personally just bang out a bunch of bodyweight squats real quick until I really get blood moving. Another thing you want to do is protect your posture. None of us want to end up hunchbacked, right? And there's more to posture than just the look and getting that hunchback thing, right? Bad posture causes pain. So one of the things I do is I have a band that I like to use and I just kind of stretch it apart, right? Because when we're sitting, we're always rolled forward, right? And people don't think about this. And this is how you get hunchback, right? So I'm literally just strengthening the opposite muscles while I do this. And this is fantastic for helping you keep some decent posture. You know, and then while you're up, maybe, you know, make sure to pet your dog or say hi to your family, you know, like don't ignore them for too dang long, especially if you got an animal, right? Like they depend all on you. They'll be over there getting depressed if you ignore them for like literally the entire day. I hope you guys really enjoyed this and got some benefit out of it. It is sponsored by my Patreon people, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.